All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Me and David are back, and it's time to finally talk about the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase. David, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Lovely. So, so right off the bat, David, your first impressions of the game showcase. I know that it's been a couple of days. This is being recorded about a week after the showcase, just about. So we've had a good while to digest everything that we'd seen in the showcase. But right off the top of your head, what did you think? First impressions.
I thought it was terrific. Showed a lot of games. I liked how it was very simplistic, I guess. Not a lot of after game talk. I did it with Horizon, Forza Horizon 5.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, they were just going game to game to game. I personally want to hear more Halo, but we got that the next day, which I kind of liked how they did that. They just showed games, trailers,
Yeah,
and
that was
more
a
detailed stuff
prediction
on
of
a
mine
separate
too.
day. So yeah, that was cool. And that's a bad thing. But yeah, overall, I thought it was great. I like how they showed Starfield. I like how they started off, and I like how they ended with something brand new. So
Yeah, Redfall. That looks
yeah,
interesting.
it's cool
That gives me like definitely like Left 4 Dead vibes for like paranormal Left 4 Dead. That's what I'm
for
feeling
sure.
from that. But yeah, for me, just about the same. Like I was thoroughly entertained by the entire show, really, and I think the whole show for me, if I had to say anything, and you probably heard this a million times from a million other, you know, people online, but Game Pass was the star of this show. Honestly,
Absolutely,
I mean, there were so many games in this show that looked really, really good that are coming to Game Pass day one that I'm just like, okay, I want to play that, and I want
of
to play that, and I
course.
want to play that.
They're real
Like,
games too, like big
yeah,
games.
like big, like Back for Blood is
Hmm.
really high on my list. I mean, I know that next month, I'm going to try out Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I think is an
For
awesome
sure.
game for Game Pass because it's like, I normally wouldn't have tried out Flight Simulator. Like,
Yeah,
if it wasn't for Game Pass, I wouldn't have bought that game and played it.
absolutely.
But I definitely want to try that out. Then you've got Psychonauts. I also like that thing they did. 6 months of 6 games. I like that
Yeah,
little
for
thing they
sure.
got there.
They got Hades too
Um,
coming in August.
yeah, Hades is
That was a
coming, and
Game of
that
the
was
Year
a
nominee.
game that yeah, it won Game of the Year, didn't it?
It
In
didn't
in
win, but
some
it was nominated.
category. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was nominated. It was like one of the indies nominated. Yeah, Hades is coming to Game Pass. I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Psychonauts 2, Hades is on the way. Back for Blood, Halo Infinite,
Hmm.
Forza Horizon 5. I mean, like this is a massive year to be playing on Xbox.
For
And
sure.
even though stuff like Back for Blood is still coming to PlayStation, I think day and date. Um, you
Yeah,
know, uh, Psychonauts 2 is still coming to PlayStation day and date. The fact that it's coming to Game Pass day and date is huge. It's absolutely huge. If you're in
absolutely.
the Xbox ecosystem and you have Game Pass, it's a massive, big game changer, especially because if you guys saw the last episode when I had Smooth on the show and we were talking about the Nintendo showcase, I already have like I think at least $200 worth of pre-orders from straight Nintendo stuff,
Yep.
and I'm able to do that comfortably because I know I don't have to actually go out of pocket for any of these other Xbox games. I can just play them.
For sure.
They're on Game Pass. I have the subscription. It's on Game Pass.
Three of those
So
games you just said that are on Game Pass coming this year, if you bought them, that's the amount of a Game Pass subscription for a year.
yeah, um, it's
So,
crazy. It's absolutely insane. I'm extremely super excited. But let's start talking about some of the highlights from the show, starting with what the show opened with, which is Starfield.
yes. What do I think?
Yes, I mean you're the guy who's really excited about this game.
I love
What do you
Todd
think about
Howard.
Starfield?
I know people say things about him. I don't care. I think he's terrific. I love Skyrim. I enjoyed Fallout games. Fallout 3 is still my favorite. Skyrim's my top five
Hmm.
games of all time. What Todd Howard does, I will play. Uh,
If he builds it, I will
yes,
come.
it is. Dude, the guy's one of the best. I like how they showed. I mean, I know it was what alpha in-game footage. so it's cool. That's the engine we're going to be seeing. I'm sure. I don't know if that's the actual like part of the game that is made it for E3, but I mean, it's
Yeah,
cool. We didn't see much of the game. We still don't really know what it is. He did talk after,
yeah,
but that trailer is just cool to see the art style of the game. Like I said, it's alpha in-game footage. It's a new engine too. It's a brand new engine, so that was cool to see. And yeah, there's a release date, so we know when it's coming out now.
Starfield, November 11th, 2022, which
Correct.
a lot of people have been pointing out that that's 11 years after the release of Skyrim. Is
Correct.
that correct?
11,
Yeah.
11, 11 with Skyrim.
Yes, 11, 11, 11, Skyrim. And yeah, again, I'm excited to play the game and to try it out because I mean, it's new. It's a new big game, and a big reason why I think it's been really hard for me to get into the Elder Scrolls series, and and Fallout was the other one that he works on, right?
Correct.
Yeah. It's because like I am kind of if I started like like I've never played an Elder Scrolls game. I never played a Fallout game, so it's like starting with say Fallout 4, starting with Elder Scrolls 5. While it is possible, and while those games are very newbie friendly, I don't know. It's always just been kind of a thing with me where I'm just kind of I don't know. I'm not used to
No,
those games.
I remember playing Fallout 3 a long time ago. It was kind of hard for me to get into. I didn't know what I was
Yeah.
doing. But then years later, I tried it, and I was. No, actually, first I got into Skyrim after Fallout 3, and I got right into Skyrim. It like just gelled with me, and then I went back to Fallout 3, and I was good to go.
Yeah. So it's exciting. It's a brand new IP. And it's just one of those moments where it's a big gaming moment that I get to be a part of. So that's exciting.
For sure.
And yeah, I mean, like, really though, we still don't really know what it is. I mean, at least we know what the concept sort of is.
Yeah.
It's a sci-fi game set in the distant future, but still grounded in reality. It's been described multiple times by, I believe, Todd Howard himself as Skyrim in space.
Yeah, it's like a Han Solo like adventure.
Which that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
That sounds really cool. So, I mean, I definitely am excited to. I wouldn't say I'm excited to get it. I'm excited to see more about it. I'll say that.
For sure, and they have a lot to prove because, like, even like within what Morrowind was 02, Oblivion 06, Fallout 3 08, Skyrim 2011, and that's what I said 4 or 5 games on all those years. All we've got since then is Fallout 4. Now this for single player games anyway.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
there's a lot of hype with it, and I know people like it. I don't like it. I don't like how the older games, all the bugs and the crashes. I was never a fan. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's okay." I was always annoyed by it. So hopefully, I mean, they have a lot. That's a big thing for me too. Can they show in this engine? Will that keep happening, or will that be improved upon? Because
Well,
that got annoying to me.
Interesting that you say that. I certainly hope so. I'm assuming that they're working with a new engine. They can't possibly work with the same stuff they were
No,
working
it's a
on
new engine. It's set in
last
the
generation.
bottom.
Yeah.
It's Creation Engine 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's a new engine.
But one of the things that Todd Howard was saying, or I believe it was Todd Howard or who's the marketing manager
Pete Hines.
over at Pete. Yeah, it was either Pete Hines or Todd Howard. One of them was talking with some gaming journalism site, and basically, I don't know if you've seen it, but like he basically apologized to the PlayStation fans. He's like, "Sorry guys, but these games are only on Xbox." Yeah, Pete Hines. Yeah. And he was saying, that one of the things that these games are going to benefit from only having to be on one platform.
Yeah, for
really.
sure.
Because of course, like it's been like this forever, that it's really, really easy to convert a game from PC to Xbox because just the architecture is so PC like. And especially, when you're just working with one platform, especially when it's the Xbox Series X, the world's most powerful console.
That's right, baby.
When it's the world's most powerful console, and that's the only box you have to make it for, you don't have to make any compromises for the PlayStation 5, or even take development time away from one platform to focus on another for a little bit. you can really put everything into it, and that's I think what's got me the most excited is that this is going to be their first big, huge AAA game that's coming out exclusively for next gen and
Yeah, as
exclusively
first
for the
party.
Xbox platform. Yeah. And that's exciting. And same thing for Redfall. That's another game that I'm just like, that's really exciting. I'm really keen to see what that's going to bring to the table. It's very exciting stuff. So
Yeah,
I think that more than anything, Starfield is extremely promising. It's an
for
extremely
sure.
promising game. So moving on from Starfield, let's get one of the other huge games out of the way. What did you
The
think
gunk.
of
I
the?
know. Good call. Thank you.
They didn't even show the gunk. There
I
was
know
no
they didn't
gunk.
show the gunk. They
There
didn't
was
show
no
it.
gunk. Uh, but Halo, of course,
Yes,
Halo showed up at this show, and if you want my candid opinion right off the top, I think this looks amazing. I am
for sure.
I am more than happy with what I saw both at the showcase and after the showcase. You know, the cinematic trailer with Chief and Cortana, or the weapon as she's
Yeah.
called. That looked amazing. I loved, sort of like the monologue. I'm really hyped for the lore. I really love the Halo lore. I'm a really I wouldn't call myself like a big Halo lore head because quite frankly, I don't have enough time to read all the books.
Oh,
But
yeah. Outside the
I
games, yeah, for sure. No way.
yeah, I do follow the lore though. I follow a couple of YouTubers and I watch tons of lore discussion videos about
Yeah.
stuff. So I know probably more than your average player, but not
Extended
not
universe.
not a not a
I don't
whole
know any
lot
of
about
that
the
either.
expanded
Yeah.
universe. But I'm so excited for that, and I'm excited just for the story and see what's happening. Even like the little tidbit that they gave you, I think that was a really clever thing they did. With just describing the situation, it really made me sit there and think like, okay, wait a second. So what's going on now? Like, okay, so Cortana's been deleted. Who deleted her?
Yeah,
Why
it
wasn't
is
the weapon
something.
deleted?
It's
What's
like a
good? Like,
mystery.
yeah, it was really something that really like piqued your interest. And then the chief, when he's like, the mission changed, it always does. I was like, oh, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for that game. I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. And the multiplayer looked phenomenal. Absolutely
Yeah,
phenomenal. David, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
I'm very excited. I don't know. I thought they hit it out of the park with the multiplayer. I thought it looked cool.
Yes.
I liked. I mean, we still have more to see with like how. What do they call it? A battle pass officially? Like or
Yeah,
their
the
own
battle
thing?
pass.
Is it
Yeah.
officially called a battle? Okay. Like how
Hmm.
much is that going to be? What's going to be in them? So that matters to a lot of people.
Yes, it does.
But what they showed is, I thought it was awesome. I actually do think it was cool that it doesn't seem to be red versus blue anymore.
Yeah,
It's,
that was
you're gonna be outlined obviously red and blue to differentiate for the
exactly, yeah.
teams, but
Hmm.
your own custom Spartan can now be seen for what it is, which was a issue previously.
Yeah, I think that's awesome as well. Yeah, it was an issue. That's been an issue for a long time.
Yeah,
In Halo. But yeah, now that's finally finally, and they could have done it before. I don't know why they didn't, but I feel like now the reason why they chose now, and it's probably obvious to you as well, and to the folks out there as well. It's the battle pass. People are spending their hard-earned cash to get these skins and everything. You want to show them off, so they needed a
yeah,
solution
yeah.
to
They
enable
had
people to
to
show
for
off those
sure. They
skins.
had to
Yeah,
do something.
they had to do something, and I feel like this is gonna work. I mean, it works in Gears, even though in Gears it's Locust versus humans, so pretty much if it's not a human, shoot it. But
Oh, the colors you mean? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
but I think we'll be fine. I mean, like if you can play a game like Call of Duty just fine, then I think you'll
Yeah.
be okay playing Halo. You know.
I think
Um,
actually I could have sworn I read somewhere that it's not you can even customize the colors if you want to for your own
yeah,
game.
you can customize. Yeah, they said that.
Yeah.
They said that in the post-E3 multiplayer discussion video, which was amazing.
Yeah, it's very
By
good.
the way, everything they said in that video, I was like, yes, more of
Yeah.
this. Yes. It all just looks so good. I'm glad they're going back to the roots of Halo, but I'm glad they're not going all the way back. I'm glad they're they pretty much built this game's base. It seems out of Halo 3, right?
Yeah,
And
the
then
core.
they just added more stuff. The core of this game is Halo 3, and they're just adding more stuff to it.
Yeah.
which is exactly what I wanted when Halo Reach hit the scene. It's exactly what I wanted when Halo 4 hit the scene. It's exactly what I wanted with Halo 5. It's what I've wanted since Halo 3, because Halo 3 had the best multiplayer in my opinion. I just always wanted. I mean, even Bungie when they did Reach, like Reach didn't feel like an evolution of Halo 3. It felt more like a bastardization. And I know there are some diehard Reach fans out there. I just don't like Reach's multiplayer. I don't like it. I don't. It just no. I did not like it for many reasons that I won't get into here. But
No,
yeah,
it's just
everything
the
they were
core of the
saying to
game
me.
is still there. It's not just
Yeah.
like Halo 5. They really there's a
Halo
lot of
5, they went off the deep end.
it was
with,
a lot, just a lot of like they went outside the core. They added a lot of stuff. There's a
and
lot of stuff going on.
I will say, I think that fundamentally, and as in a vacuum, Halo 5 is a fantastic game for the multiplayer. I love Halo 5's multiplayer. I clocked in
I had fun.
over 100 hours, probably maybe hundreds of hours on Halo 5's multiplayer. I had a great time with Halo 5. I had a really great time with that game. I will never say I disliked Halo 5's multiplayer, but I want that old school Halo back. And so many fans have, and seeing the response from the community in general on the video, which got like what 2 million views.
It did.
It got a whole lot of views, which is exciting me. I'm like, I want Halo to be back to its former glory, And I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I think the free to play thing can really make it happen. I think that everything they're talking could really make it happen. I think that they're gonna bring back a lot of classic fans with this new game.
For sure.
And just the general response has been very positive. I haven't heard many YouTubers even complaining, and Halo YouTubers, a lot of them, have been complaining about Halo for years and years and years. A lot of those guys were looking at this and saying, "This looks great. This looks good." So,
yeah.
But I could talk about Halo all day.
For sure.
I could talk about Halo all day, every day. So I'm going to cheat here. I actually have the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase website here on my left, just to remind me of some of the games that we have listed. So we already touched a little bit on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have much to say about that. But I will say this: did you see? Did you see Paris when he did his extended showcase for E3?
I didn't see that. I saw some I saw some highlights of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Did you see the thing he did with the with what was it, the Top Gun Maverick, where he like had like the aviator sunglasses on? Oh my gosh, dude, it was something.
Was it funny or?
It was a mixture of like just. It was something. It was. I don't know what to think about it, but
Top
yeah.
Gun. Like it's cool. It's like free DLC. I'm not saying like, and it looks like it's like jets are gonna be in it, but I'm not a huge Top Gun guy.
It like no, like I mean, not in the gameplay. It's just like Paris. He did something kind of funny, when they did it, and it was like really cringy, but like at the same time, it's like. He was just messing around, but
yeah,
you'd have to see it.
I'll watch it later.
It was cringy, but I'm sure he knew how cringy it was. But one of the things when he was talking to the guy, man, and I really recommend that if you watch any part of that extended showcase, and this goes for all you folks at home as well, watch the part where they talk about Flight Simulator, because the developer that they had talking about that game was so excited about that game. It made me want to play it because of just his enthusiasm for the game, like. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's cool. You can do this. You can do this. You made this game, like accessible for everybody. It looks really cool. Like it looks like a really chilled out, cool game. I'm definitely gonna try it out. But the interesting thing about it is that it's not like an arcadey flying game. It's really a simulator. So it's like, and that was one of the things too, where he was, the developer whose name escapes me at the moment. He was talking about how. It still is a simulator. Like it's not an arcadey just flight game. It still is a simulator. You still have to learn how to fly the plane.
Yeah.
But we've put in a lot of tutorials. He was saying how on PC there are about 8 tutorials, but on like Xbox there's gonna be like 22 tutorials to show you really how to like learn the ropes, because excuse me, because PC gamers who play Flight Simulator. generally that audience is like, more hardcore sim players.
For
They
sure.
like these are more hardcore, simulation players. They have the flight sticks and everything. They know what they're doing. They've probably been playing Flight Simulator forever. But in bringing a game like that to console, you really have to, I guess, dumb it down, for lack of a better term, for us casual folks like me. And I'm glad they're dumbing it down because I wouldn't know what to do. I've never played a flight
I
sim
never
before.
played it either.
But yeah, he said there's a lot of guides and a lot of helpful tips and everything, and he wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to learn the game without, making the game, without altering the core gameplay at all. So that was very interesting, and I'm very interested to see that. I do recommend you check that out though, because that was that guy, he was just so enthusiastic about his game.
Cool.
I love to see devs when they're really pumped up about the projects they're making. Like the guy who made A Way Out, he was so excited about that game, and that game was awesome. And that game was really great. That was a good time. We still gotta play It Takes Two.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Still gotta get on that one. Yeah, I've been waiting for that one to go on. Waiting for the sales sweet spot with that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Flight Sim looked cool. Any thoughts about Flight Sim on your end?
I'll try it out. It looked cool. I mean, pretty much what they showed is what we've seen before. Just it's on Xbox now, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say. You're flying a plane, but it does look cool and does look interesting.
Yeah.
Another game that's been surprising me with how cool it looks is Psychonauts 2.
It's very good.
I am pretty excited. I'm going to have to do a run through Psychonauts 1 before Psychonauts 2 releases. And I believe that's releasing, in August?
I think the 25th or something like that.
Something like that. So I'm going to have to do a run through Psychonauts 2. I'll probably stream that over on Party After Dark.
Oh, nice. Real nice.
So there's my shameless plug.
Really?
On Party After Dark. Every Friday we do retro games, or at least I try to do it every Friday. Still got to finish Shenmue.
Yeah, I was going to say, try is the keyword.
Tries. Yeah, I try to every Friday do a retro game. And we're going to be adding Psychonauts to the lineup there because I do want to do that game for Retro Fridays, but check us out on Twitch. Psychonauts 2 looks really good though. It looks like it's crazy. Tim Schafer, that's a guy who I'm really glad that he's over there, and I'm glad that he's still working on games, and I'm glad that Microsoft acquired him. Yeah. Not because his games are going to become exclusive, or Double Fine's games rather are going to become exclusive, but just because it keeps that studio alive,
For sure.
Because with a studio like Double Fine, they don't put out many games very often, and it's a small studio. It's kind of a paycheck to paycheck studio. And now they have, a company like Microsoft who's really able to cultivate the success of their games. And now they have Game Pass, so many people are going to be able to play Psychonauts 2 who otherwise might not have bought it and played it. And it's very exciting. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I think Xbox needs more games like that.
Yeah. Smaller, little niche titles.
Which seems like just a family-oriented games, platformer games like that. There's not a lot on Xbox for first-party games anyway, so I think
Psychonauts 2, it
looks good.
Just looks a lot of fun. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. There's not really much to say. It looks a lot like the original. Because I've played a good chunk of the original. I haven't finished it, but I played a good chunk of it. It looks a lot like the original, but obviously better, more modern.
Yeah.
And it just looks good, I don't really know what else to say. I know I sound like a broken record, but it just looks like if you're a fan of 3D platformers, I think you're going to be very satisfied with Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, I'll definitely be playing it when it comes out. So
I'm probably going to get all the achievements because that's what I do.
I'll wait and see.
Wait and see what the list is. Yeah. I mean, 3D platformers with their achievements, they're usually pretty tame.
I hope so.
But man, to sound like a broken record again, another game that looks really good from the showcase, because a lot of these games looked really, really good, and there were several games where I wasn't even thinking about them before. Like Back 4 Blood looked kind of cool. I wasn't really thinking about it that much though. I was like, I'll check that out, but that looked awesome. But Stalker 2 looked really awesome at this showcase.
It looked like it ran really well.
Yeah.
But it's another example. That's a game I would have never even thought about if it wasn't on Game Pass.
And the thing about it is that, and I love Game Pass because it's helping these smaller teams. I believe this is a Ukrainian developer making this game, and the original Stalker came out like over I think like roughly like 15 or so years ago. Like it came out a long time ago, only on PC. Never seen a port to a console before. And now all these years later, they're finally making Stalker 2, and mark my words, thanks to Game Pass, I think that game's going to get a lot of exposure, and
For
it
sure.
looks really
It
really
already
good. A
is.
lot. Yeah, it's getting a lot of exposure already, and it looks so good. Uh, and it really makes me glad to see devs really utilizing Game Pass to their advantage like this, and and specifically with a game like Stalker, because I'd never even heard of Stalker. When I saw Stalker
I
2,
haven't either.
I immediately Googled. I was like, "What is Stalker 1?" And I was like, "Oh, it was a PC game from
Yeah, I think in
from like
2007.
15 years ago." Yeah. So I was like, "Wow. All right." So yeah, Stalker 2. A lot of people probably wouldn't even know what that is. Now it's been on the E3 big stage, and like
Well, even going back
it's one of the
to
exclusives. Yeah.
Psychonauts, or no, I'm sure I don't have like data in front of me. If you look at like the play of the original
Yeah.
Psychonauts right now, I'm sure it's through the roof.
Yeah, I'm sure, and it's on Game Pass, and it's
Yeah,
just
that's what I mean. I'm sure there's
it's
a huge player base right now playing the first Psychonauts game because of what they saw at E3. Because that game came out in 2005, so
yeah. Fun fact, just just a quick little side note. Um, so I collect video games, and recently I just ordered a bunch of games from GameStop. They had like one of their deal of the day sales. You might have seen it recently. It was the one where they had like a bunch of first party Xbox games for like $5, $10. Sea of
mhm.
Thieves, $10 brand new. Gears 5, like $10 brand new. So I ordered a bunch of those and I bought them. And as I was putting them on my shelf, I realized something. I was like, I'm kind of accumulating a bunch of games that have never been opened before,
Yeah,
because I'm buying, of course, I can play Gears 5 on Game Pass. That's how I played it when it came out,
for
but
sure.
like I want a copy of that because I want it for my
Collect
collection.
it.
And
Yeah,
it's like now I have just a sealed copy that I'm probably never going to open as long as that game's on Game Pass, but I have it now, so I do own it. So I don't know. It's kind of messing up the whole the whole dichotomy, if that's even the proper term to use. It's messing up the whole, the whole. I don't know. It's messing up my life.
absolutely.
it's it's messing up my
Scrambling your
life.
brains.
It's scrambling my brains. It's messing up my life. Yeah, because it's like the whole, just mechanics of how I collect is just, and my attitude toward collecting, where like I don't like having sealed games. When I buy a game, I like to open it and like look at the
For sure.
insides and play it and put the disc in. But I don't have to put the disc in, so I
Yeah.
open it. It's just, it's a thing.
You have a sealed copy of Gears 5 now in 20 years.
I will, yeah, and that'll probably not be worth much of anything because that game sold pretty well, so they're
Yeah.
everywhere. But and it's like even when I have expensive stuff in my collection that I've never opened, I'm just like, well, I'm not going to open it. I'm not going to sell it because I want it for me. I just want to look at it because I got problems. But
It's alright, we all do.
I don't know. I don't know. I got problems. This soda is flat, but yeah, Stalker 2
Yeah.
looks really good. Oh, it's disgusting. I'm going to finish it though. I don't like wasting soda. Back for Blood. Let's talk about that real quick. That game looks like so much fun. David, we're playing that game.
Yeah, for sure.
We
No,
are.
it's a Game Pass game. That's a game I would never. I'm not buying that game, but Game Pass will definitely be playing it day one.
Even if it wasn't on Game Pass, I think I would have bought it, and I would have tried to convince you to buy it as well.
Well, I know I should take that back. It's always a wait and see. If the game comes
Yeah.
out and everyone says it's awesome, yeah, I'd probably buy it.
I
But
mean,
it's
the
not a game I would
trailers
have.
look so good.
Yeah, it's not a game I would have looked forward to.
Yeah.
But it's on Game
Um,
Pass now. I'll definitely be playing it.
I'm. I mean, I have no reason but not
Yeah,
to play it. I mean, I have. There's no other option. I have to play Back for Blood. It looks so good, and Left 4 Dead was a game that, my brother used to play a lot when I was a kid. This was when I was really, really little. And when I was really little, first person shooters like used to like scare me because I didn't like the idea of stuff like jumping out at me like at the screen. So like I would
yeah.
just watch him play Left 4 Dead. I would never really play it myself. But I remember just watching him play that game, and now like they're doing one, and I'm old enough, and I've got the
I'm a
intestinal
big boy now.
fortitude. I'm a big boy now. Yeah, I'm a big boy. Technically, I could have tracked down a copy of Left 4 Dead and played that, but I didn't.
That's true. You
But
could do that.
you know, I could have done that, but I didn't. But yeah, I'm a big boy now, and yeah, I'll play some Back for Blood. Black for Blood. What? Back for Blood.
Yeah, you're playing some whatever one comes out. You're playing it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Um, One of the things that I didn't really expect, Plague Tale Requiem. That looks cool.
I know.
Cinematic trailer, but that looks cool.
It looked. I didn't play the first. Actually, the first one's got a Series X update, or it's getting one soon.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it just looks. I didn't play the first one, but I've seen clips of the first one. The new one looks more like action oriented, but I'm not really sure. I haven't played it before.
Because she had a crossbow. I mean, like I've played a good couple hours of the first one. I didn't finish the game, as is often the case when you have a backlog the size of mine. But
Indeed.
now I'm like my interest is like has been piqued again. I'm like, ooh, I want to see what happens. And now I'm like, okay, well now I gotta go back and finish the first game. And then they announce it's getting a Series X upgrade. I'm like, well now I gotta wait to finish the first game.
For sure. I actually was like, oh, maybe I'll play that now.
Yeah. A lot of really cool indies though. Aside from Plague Tale, and Plague Tale is made by I believe a smaller studio. I will say this: I think you'll like a Plague Tale, if you do decide to play it.
Yeah,
I think you'll enjoy it. It's a game that's like kind of right up your alley. So I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy that.
Nice.
Indies plus Game Pass. It's like the days of Xbox Live Arcade all over again.
That's
Only
good.
much better this time. It's so fantastic seeing all these great indie games coming to Game Pass. I'm just gonna be looking over here, right? And also another thing that I love about Xbox, is when they do their ID at Xbox and they do like their partnerships. Like I believe they're partnering like with Summer Games Fest, which is the Jeff Keighley showcase that they're doing, and they have a bunch of demos. Recently I've been trying out this game Sable, and then they had the demo for Tunic, which is a game I've had my eye on for a long time,
really
as I am a big Zelda fan. You know what? I wasn't digging it. I wasn't digging it.
Oh, really?
On my first play, I wasn't digging it. I mean, it's coming to Game Pass, right? So
For sure.
I'll just play the full game when it
Try
comes
it out.
But yeah, I have. There's no risk of me trying that game. But I was trying out that game Sable. That was pretty cool. I think that's a game that I'm going to play at length when it comes to Game Pass. That was a pretty interesting game. Kind of gave me the same vibes as another game called Rhyme, if you ever heard of that one.
No.
That was a game came out several years ago. I played that on PlayStation 4. It's also on Xbox though, and Nintendo Switch. It's kind of like it's just a puzzle. I don't want to say like a puzzle platform. It's like a puzzle adventure game. You go around, you solve puzzles. It's kind of like Zelda without the sword and without the enemies. You just kind of go around and solve Zelda-style puzzles. I hate to compare it to Zelda, but that's basically what you do. You just go around, you solve Zelda-style puzzles, and you get through the game. It's a fun journey. It was pretty cool. But Sable kind of gave me vibes like that, but just a little better. So yeah, that was interesting. 12 minutes looks like a pretty interesting game as well.
Yep.
That's another game I'm gonna try. Hades, I'm gonna try out.
Yeah, I'll be playing Hades. There's another. It's
Yeah.
not coming out till next year, but Somerville. It's from one of the guys that made Limbo and Inside.
Oh yeah. See, I
And those are
never
great.
finished Inside.
Those are great games.
Yeah. Replaced was a game for me.
That was cool too.
That looks really awesome. I can't wait for that one to come out. That looks really cool. There's the whole entire art style. Sometimes the art style can really sell a game where it's just like this is really
For
cool
sure.
to look at. So I'm just gonna The Order 1886 was a game that came out on PlayStation 4. It was an exclusive. It was the one with the lichens and whatnot.
Yeah.
The gameplay is pretty shallow, but like the game itself is like the cinematography and like the artistry is just. It was enough to carry me through that entire experience.
Definitely.
So I think sometimes, if you make an impressive enough looking game, that can make a difference. So Replaced looks really cool. I mean, you said Somerville. Atomic Heart, that looks awesome. That's
Yeah,
giving
I
me,
didn't really know what was going on. I mean, it was kind of like just a sizzle, but I was kind of like, I know what this game is, but yeah, I'd like to see more of it.
yeah. I don't know what Atomic Heart is, but that looks really cool. It gives me like some, sort of cyberpunk Bioshock. That's the best way I could describe it. It looks like a cyberpunk Bioshock type of game, and that looks really, really good. I can't wait to try that out. Got your Slime Rancher 2.
I didn't know what Slime Rancher 1 was.
It was pretty interesting. It's nothing too amazing. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool game. But yeah, I mean, the indies coming there over to Xbox Game Pass. I love the indies coming to Game Pass. I can't tell you how many indies I've actually played on Game Pass, because I've played a lot of indies on Game Pass.
Absolutely.
The Tourist was one of them I played on Game Pass. There was one called Picnic that I played on Game Pass. Donut County. Yeah.
That was one I played.
There's countless other. Oh, What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yeah,
that was another really cool. Yep. I played that one. Yeah, and I would never have bought these games. I'm telling you, I never would have bought them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never ever would have bought them.
Like, even if they're on sale for a few bucks, I'm like, no, I don't know what they are. It's like whatever.
Yeah, it's just good. It's just good times. Everything is just good times.
A lot of options.
Everything's just good times. A lot of options. Good times. I love it. I love the support for the indie devs. I love seeing that. And another thing I'm loving that I'm seeing now on Game Pass, and I was reading another article today, and I mentioned this in the pre-Xbox showcase, but Japan is, kind of sort of booming for Xbox. The Xbox Series S is doing well in Japan, and a lot of Japanese devs are supporting the Xbox now. I'm excited for that. Very excited for that.
Definitely.
I'm super excited for that. We got Yakuza Like a Dragon on Game Pass.
Game Pass, and, right after the show.
Right after the show, you could download on Game Pass. I plan on starting a playthrough of that. Probably this Monday.
Nice.
And of course, the Monday after this recording, and not not the Monday after this episode gets posted. I don't know when that's going to be, but I'm excited. Yakuza Like a Dragon. I want to try that out.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I already played 0. I enjoyed it, so.
Yeah, and it's one of those games where like the trailer really made me want to play it. One of the games I was kind of disappointed that's not coming to Game Pass, but that I'm going to buy anyway is and this actually wasn't a game that was shown at the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. I'm kind of cheating a little bit. This was a game that was talked about at length during the extended showcase hosted by Paris. Last name escapes me.
Lily.
Paris Lily. Yeah. I was thinking like Daisy. I knew it was some kind of flower.
Yeah, good.
I knew it was like a flower. I was like, I know it's not Daisy. I know it's something. But yeah, Lily. Paris Lily. When he was hosting that show, and at the end they talked about Scarlet Nexus, another big game that's getting a lot of publicity surrounding Xbox. And I'm buying that actually. I'm getting that day one.
Actually, what you just remind me of is I can't remember the game now. It was a Kickstarter. It's like a JRPG, and they showed on the Xbox showcase.
The Ayuden Chronicles.
Yes, very good. That's up my alley.
I mean, that doesn't seem like the game for me, but that's the thing about Game Pass. There's options. There's something for everyone. There's something.
That was
for
really.
everyone.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was cool. Again,
Xbox
me like more of those games too. I think that they don't have enough of those. So
definitely, yeah. But again, like something like Scarlet Nexus. I mean, I know that's not exclusive to Xbox. It's also coming to PlayStation. But I'm getting that day one. I'm actually going to be trading in my copy of Ratchet and Clank. Shocker.
Wow.
But I got the platinum trophy in it.
I know you're so pony. I know you would.
It was painfully easy, David. Like
I heard that. No, someone else did. I know it's a whole other subject, but I saw something on Twitter. Someone was like, "This game was great, but $70 I beat this game in X amount of hours and I platinumed it." Really, was kind of
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Where I was like, wow, like $70 for this. It's a finely crafted game, but like $70 for like that amount of experience is not worth it, in my opinion, at all.
Yeah, I've heard that before about that game.
enough about that. Yeah, I'm trading. So I'm trading it in because like I
Yeah,
beat it.
get
I
off
got
the
the platinum.
pony. Get off
There's,
the pony.
there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do. Get off the pony.
Sick
There's
of it.
nothing else to do with it. So like I'm trading that in, and it's going towards Scarlet Nexus, and that's going to be the next big new game that I play. I didn't even realize it was coming out so soon. It really crept up on me because I remember seeing it and I was like, that looks cool, but like,
There's a lot of
yeah,
stuff
I'm
coming out.
excited.
It's a good time. There's a lot of stuff coming out this year. It's good.
It's a lot of good stuff. There's such a strong pipeline. Hey, what do you think about that game, The Ascent? It's like that kind of top-down co-op action
Oh, we'll be
game or
playing
something like
that.
that.
We're playing that.
Oh yeah, you think
Yeah.
so? Okay. I
And
mean, yeah,
oh, I'm sorry. Heckin' shooting stuff up. Why not? Game Pass. Absolutely, we'll play that.
yeah. We're gonna be hecking shooting everything,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. Like, again, I see some clips of it. And normally, I would not care, but I saw clips at Game Pass July 29th, I think. I'm like, word, I'll play that. Co-op shooting stuff. Cool.
yeah, I I really did. I was even like a game where I was like, it doesn't look like it's for me, but shoot, co-op, I'll play that. Yeah,
No,
and that's
exactly. It's
the
not.
beauty.
Like,
It's the beauty of it.
if it wasn't on Game Pass, I wouldn't think anything of it. Like, cool, like,
And you
whatever.
know, like
Yeah, I'll try it for sure.
you would think that we're sitting here trying to shoot a commercial for Xbox Game Pass,
I'm
but
auditioning. I hope they hire me.
I genuinely have full intent to play most of the games they showed because they, like, most of them to me looked really interesting and looked like games that I'd want to play.
For sure. Well, to
Like,
sum all that up, like it is. If you own an Xbox, like why wouldn't you have Game Pass? Like, well, how could you not get it?
if you don't have Game Pass, you're just like, wasting money.
That's what I mean. If you own it, that was like the stamp of that show. If you have an Xbox, like how could you not have Game Pass?
Yeah, I mean, like it's fantastic.
Unless you
Absolutely
play like
fantastic.
a game or two, and that's all like a multiplayer game. Like all you play is Call of Duty or Fortnite,
Yeah,
whatever. But if you're like buying new games and are into games a lot, yeah, I don't know how you couldn't have it.
I mean, it's Game Pass is the reason why my Xbox got so much play. It's a
For
big
sure.
reason why my Xbox got so much play last generation. And Game Pass right now is a big reason why my Xbox, I'd say, gets about 80% of my gameplay time. I'd say, what? The other 15% for my Nintendo Switch, and the last 5% is for my PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Because Game Pass is just such a dominating force of just games all the time. You never run out. You never run out of stuff to play.
For sure.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant, I say.
I love it.
With The Ascent, that's pretty cool. They also showed Age of Empires 4, which was another game where that was talked about at the extended showcase. Now, that's not coming to Xbox. That's only coming to PC.
Yeah, I assume it'll probably be a port later to console.
But one of the things I just want to say is just the positivity surrounding the Xbox showcases. I love the fact that like even like smaller games with more niche audiences like Age of Empires 4, they show that stuff too. They're showing like such a wide variety of stuff.
Well, yeah, that game's gonna be huge. That game's a big time strategy game, for PC players. But yeah, I'm not touching that game. That is not my jam at all.
I will probably not play it at all because yeah, I just recently bought
that game though. That's a big
Yeah.
time strategy game.
big time PC stuff. This is exciting. This is exciting times to be a PC gamer, to be an Xbox gamer, just to be in the Xbox ecosystem. It's exciting times. It's
sure.
a great time to be in the ecosystem. And I walked away from both Microsoft's show and Nintendo's show with a big smile on my face. I'm quite happy. This is going to be a great year.
There's a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah. Metroid Dread, Halo, my two favorite space combatants like in one year. I can't believe it. We were getting to that. I was saving that one for last. But I mean, heck, now's as good a time as any. Forza Horizon 5 looks so cool.
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
One of the most exciting things about Forza Horizon 5 is the new event editor.
Yeah.
Wow. An event editor. Now, Forza Horizon 4 had an event editor where you could basically like create an event and sort of like, I think it was like you could chart the path that the cars would have to go in the event, but you couldn't really do anything like how they showed in Forza Horizon 5, where essentially Forza Horizon 5 is kind of like a Forge mode, and that it really excites me because I've seen what passionate fans do in Forge. I've seen what passionate fans do in GTA 5, when they create their own custom stuff in there. Back when I used to play GTA 5 a lot on 360, I used to play a lot of those custom maps, and it was a lot of fun. And back when I was really big on Halo 5, I used to play a lot of Forge content because people made really cool Forge stuff in Halo 5. Halo 5 had a really neat Forge, and bringing something like that to Forza Horizon 5, a game that's already jam-packed and chock full of content, because the Horizon games, for the uninitiated, they're essentially open world racing RPGs where you drive your cars, you do events, all sorts of different events with all sorts of different types of cars on all kinds of different terrains in different weather conditions, and there's just this big open map where you can go around, complete all sorts of different objectives, level up, earn, respect, rather reputation and money, and earn respect.
Good driving skills, buddy.
But I mean, yeah, like it's such a good game. It's such an engaging game, and I've sunk a lot of time into the Horizon series between Horizon 3 and 4, and a little bit of 2, I believe, at the beginning of the generation as well. I sunk a lot of time into the Horizon games, and I'm excited for Forza Horizon 5. That was a big bombshell announcement for me personally. I'm excited for that. And
for sure.
One of the things I love about Forza Horizon 5, or just the Horizon series in general, is that you can choose if you want to play with more arcadey car controls or simulation car controls. And I always choose arcade car controls because I miss the days of Need for Speed and Burnout.
Oh, there you go.
So that's how I always play. And it's a blast. It's just such a cool game. It's so fun. You put on some music, you play some Forza Horizon 5, and you just have a good time. Hey, look, a car.
Yeah, indeed. It heard you.
Speaking of music, man, I really like the song they used in the trailer for that game. I actually added that to my Spotify. I really like that song. It's very catchy. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. Like, I mean, other than that, Series X stuff, ray tracing. We still don't know all the details about ray tracing, and what all the modes are going to be in the game. Of course, there's going to be multiple modes. The base mode, though, for Series X is going to be 4K 30, I believe, with ray tracing on.
Yep.
But they still haven't detailed everything yet. Some of the guys at Digital Foundry were discussing a little bit of it. I didn't actually watch their full breakdown. I kind of wish that I'd had watched it at this point, so I can, I guess, have a little bit more to go off of.
Playground already. There's going to be a performance mode at 60 frames.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think these specifications of what it's exactly going to be have come out yet.
Yeah. Excitement.
Yeah.
Much for excitement. Sure. This is a great year. This is a great Xbox year.
Got a lot coming out.
Forza Horizon 5. I mean, just wow. What was that?
So even going to next year, they're still going to be.
Yeah. Even going into next year. So. Next year we get Redfall and Starfield. And we don't know what else we're getting yet. They might drop some more stuff earlier in the year. We don't know. We just don't know. I think Stalker 2 is actually coming out early 2022.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, sometime like in the first half of 2022, I believe. But in the second half, then we've got, Redfall, Starfield, something else that we don't know about yet. I don't know, but excitement, much excitement.
Definitely.
I know, like, this entire episode I've just been kind of gushing, but it's this is just, it's so good. This is nice. I'm enjoying life right now. I'm glad to be alive.
Do it.
One more thing, of course, we have to talk about, when we talk about all the awesome things that we did see, and let me just glance back over at this list of games to make sure I'm not missing anything in specific. No, nothing. We pretty much touched on everything. But one thing, there were a couple of things that we didn't actually see at this showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Theory with Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga. Yeah. And yikes, they talked a little bit at the extended showcase, and I know you didn't watch it, David, but basically they just said the game is still really early in development, and
That's not surprising to me. They already announced over a year ago to be on Unreal Engine 5,
yeah,
and
they said they were working with their partners
I think all
at
developers have
Epic.
just begun working with that. So,
Yeah.
and that's why the coalition earlier this year said don't expect to hear anything from them about anything, any games,
Hmm.
because they're gonna start working on Unreal Engine 5, and
They're
that's gonna take some
migrating,
time.
and man, Gears 6 is going to blow our
Yeah.
minds. That game is going to look so good. It's going to look crazy good.
So when the
Um
coalition said they're just working on that on the engine
yeah.
of how to work with it, I can imagine any game that's gonna be working with Unreal Engine 5 won't be out anytime soon. So that wasn't really surprising to me.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised because they showed it off like, before the Series X even came out. I thought they were a little bit further along. I thought they had maybe, something more to show, but they've been trucking along. They're just, they're still laying the groundwork and everything. And they said they really wanted to make it something big and special, which is
Yeah.
of course even more exciting. So time will tell. I'm confident the game's going to be good. I really enjoyed Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. That was one of the first games that I played in 4K on my Xbox One X when I got that.
Oh, nice.
Um, so and that's what really made a fan out of me was because I actually bought that game I think on Xbox to play
Oh,
because I
cool.
needed 4K games to play on One X. So that was one of the games I bought. And it looks cool, and it was cool. It was awesome. But the work they're doing on that game looks really promising. There's a lot of really intricate stuff they're doing, and woo, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything from our folks over at Rare. Actually, we forgot to talk about that too.
Well, Sea of
The
Thieves,
Pirate's
but just an
Life.
update for Pirates of the
Yeah,
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. That looks really fun. We're gonna play that. I really don't have much to say about that though. It just looks fun. I'm not really sure what it entails. I think they talked a little bit more at length about it. Or actually, I believe they're going to be talking a little bit more about it in the coming week.
I
They
hope
they
so. It comes
announced that
out
there's going
next
to be
week.
some kind of a. Oh, it
Doesn't it?
does. Oh my
It
god.
comes out in June. I don't know. It's either the 22nd or the 30th,
Oh,
something like
you're
that.
right. Jeez. Yeah, they're doing a stream where I think they're going to be talking more about it pretty soon. I think the 22nd is when the stream's going to be. But I've been seeing stuff about it. But that looks cool. Pirates of the
Yeah.
Caribbean and Sea of Thieves. I never thought I'd see the day, but here we are.
Yeah, for sure.
And it looks fun. It looks cool. Um, oh boy. Yeah. So we'll be playing. I did install Sea of Thieves again, so we
Nice.
could play that at some point.
Try it out.
Yeah, give it a shot. I like Sea of Thieves. It's a good game. It's a good
It's all right.
game. If you got some buds and a couple beers, it's a good game. It's a good
Yeah.
time. It's a good time. Um, but yeah, we also didn't see Minecraft. That was something I didn't
Thank
think about
God.
even in the pre-show. What do you mean, thank God? What
I've
do
seen
you
enough
mean?
Minecraft to last me a lifetime.
Listen, well, we're gonna pull the brakes on you for a second because even in the pre-show, I forgot to mention Minecraft as a prediction of what we might see. But yeah, because Mojang they just released the Caves and Cliffs update, or part of it, part one of the Caves and Cliffs update, which is adding a whole bunch of new cave-related mechanics and elements to the game, which is really cool. I'm very excited to see more of that. But on top of that, the Minecraft ray tracing stuff, we're still waiting on that. We're still waiting to hear more about that. I thought maybe they'd have something to say about some of their progress on that.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing at all. So maybe it's a little bit more complicated than they thought to get ray tracing functioning on an Xbox Series X. Who knows? But yeah, I was hoping we'd hear more about that. Looks like we're gonna have to wait until maybe later on in the year or possibly next year to hear more about a potential ray tracing update, if they're even gonna do one, which we're not entirely sure about. But that's your favorite game, so I want to hear more about what you have to say about that, David.
Uh, Minecraft. It's not for me. I'll just leave it at that.
One of my biggest regrets in life, David, is that I didn't record us
Just
playing
not for me.
Minecraft that time.
Just
I
not for
was one of
me.
my biggest regrets in life. It was one of the funniest things I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Just not for me.
My ribs were hurting.
Just not for me.
Oh man. Speaking of Minecraft, though, we did see Grounded, another game I forgot to mention. Grounded. That was another one. And that's getting an update pretty soon where they're going to be adding some new stuff. I haven't played the game much, and for a very horrible reason, because it didn't have achievements. Now I'm going to play that game because now it has achievements. And
Yeah.
I want to get them. So I want the achievements, and now I must get the achievements. Yes. But granted, it looks like a fun time. And when I played it, I did have a good time, but it just didn't have any achievements. So I felt like all my time was being wasted somehow. It's a sickness.
Well, it's still a game preview too. It's not like it's a finished product, so.
Yeah, it's not. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah, there was no Minecraft. There was no update on Hellblade. Of course, and I didn't expect to see an update on the initiatives.
Perfect Dark.
And I didn't. And one of the things actually, I didn't expect to see anything from Fable. But did you notice that the Playground Games logo looked like it had scales behind it, or was that just me?
No, I didn't notice.
I don't know. Like if you look at that showcase, if you look at like the Playground Games logo behind them when the guy's talking about the game, and behind it, like it looks like there was like scales, like kind of like a dragon. So I was like, are they alluding to Fable a little bit? It could have been something else completely. Maybe I'm just blowing things out of proportion, but it kind of like scales. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We already know the game exists, so even if it was scales, it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, we didn't see anything from the initiative. I didn't expect it. Didn't expect it at all. I feel like that game's way further down the pipeline. And I was saying about Rare how we didn't see anything from Everwild at all, and we've had some development issues with Everwild, haven't we, David?
Yeah, their creative director left. As I heard before, I don't think they know what the game even is. I think they were making it and they didn't like know what to do with it. Sounds like.
I feel like this is a game that could potentially be quietly swept under the rug.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I hope doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be shocked if that happened either.
To be honest, if I heard it, if it's like a Sea of Thieves and a Forest, I'm out on it anyway. I'm all set with that. If that's what the game's gonna be.
I wouldn't want that. I said this before. I don't remember if I said it when I was talking to Smooth or when I was talking to you, but I want Rare to make a traditional, like adventure game again.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to make a traditional adventure game again. It's been forever. It's been absolutely forever. The last games that they worked on before Rare Replay, I mean, before rather not Rare Replay, before Sea of Thieves was what, Viva Pinata and the Kinect sports games. That was it.
I think the last game they made before Sea of Thieves was Kinect Sports.
Yeah, they made Kinect Sports
Banjo,
Rivals, I think, on
Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah, Banjo Nuts and Bolts was, I believe that was a 2008 game. Yeah. So, and even that wasn't a traditional adventure game. The last time they made a traditional, like linear adventure game was the launch of the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
When they made Cameo and Perfect Dark Zero, which was an absolute dumpster fire. But you know something about Perfect Dark Zero? I got all the achievements necessary to get all the stamps in that game in Rare Replay. So I'm going to brag about that for a second.
Of course.
Because that was an absolute pain. It was a painful experience. It was painful.
Sounds awful.
It hurt me. Yes, it was awful. But I did it because I'm a real man. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Everwild got quietly, swept under. We did see a small snippet, or rather just a confirmation that Outer Worlds 2 is coming in a little tongue-in-cheek reveal trailer.
We're making it.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, we're making Outer Worlds 2. Go crazy. And a little bit of stuff from third-party partners we did see. Like Far Cry 6 and Battlefield 2048.
Yep.
Which
2042.
Cool. And we also 2042, my bad. Why did I say 2048? I think that's Earth Defense Force 2048. Or Wipeout 2048.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. And then we saw Doom Resurrected, which I will probably buy maybe sometime next year. I'm not in a rush to get it because, like, I've already... Not Doom, I'm sorry. Diablo. not in a rush to get Diablo
Yeah.
2 resurrected because I've already played Diablo 2 to death. So I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll wait. I'm not in a big rush. If it was on Game Pass, that'd be great, but it's not.
Yeah,
That's
for
cool.
sure. I'll wait till it's on sale.
Just before we move on to stuff we didn't see, I just thought I'd point out these games that are third party that I forgot to mention. Battlefield 2042 looks fun. Looks interesting. I might try it.
Not paying $70 for it.
I'm not paying $70 for it. Me neither.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6. I've never played a Far Cry game. It looks cool. It looks fun. They all look fun to me. I just never played one. I don't know why. I should buy one, but
I don't think I wasn't very impressed by the look of the game, but maybe it'll be fun.
maybe it will be. Maybe it will be. You never know. You never really know. But yes, we did see the Outer Worlds. We didn't see anything from Compulsion, the makers of We Happy Few, which was a prediction that you made. You thought we'd see something from them. We didn't see anything from them. I wonder what they're making as well. Very interesting. We didn't really see anything from In Exile.
We won't. They're making their next games on Unreal Engine 5.
Oh boy.
So
yeah, so it seems like we've got a bit of a wait ahead of us, but if I would make any bold prediction, I predict that 2023 is potentially going to be one of the biggest years for Xbox because this year I think is really solid with all the Game Pass content coming. For me at least, it's very, very solid. There's a lot of Game Pass content coming. It's very exciting stuff. Next year we've got Starfield and Redfall, which are two big new AAA exclusive games on the way for this platform.
yeah, I think that'll be the beginning of games coming out all the time, quarterly.
Exactly. I feel like that's just opening the floodgates, and past 2022, because you got all the stuff that's already been announced. Fable's been announced, Perfect Dark's been announced, Forza Motorsport has been announced.
Mm-hmm.
Outer Worlds 2. I don't know. Did I already say Outer Worlds 2? I don't know, but I'm saying it again.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds 2 has been announced. Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be exclusive. I mean, there's a lot of games coming exclusively to Xbox. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty wild stuff. We already know that there's going to be a Gears of War 6. We might see that next year. Them talking about that a little bit. I think we possibly might see that next year. But there's exclusives. It was like Ryan McCaffrey wrote in his article, the big Xbox games drought is over. It's over. We're out. We're out of it.
They're coming out. Yeah, they're getting released this year.
There's nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but up. Really. I mean, unless all these games get somehow delayed into oblivion. But what are the odds of that happening?
Well, Oblivion did get delayed. Zing.
Oh, you're such a card.
Thank you.
But the Xbox games drought is over. There's a ton of exclusives coming to this platform, and I'm just excited for the future of this platform. I'm really excited. It's my preferred platform. I love the ecosystem that Xbox has, and that's what keeps me playing on Xbox. I love a lot of the exclusives they have, and of course, Sony has amazing exclusives. Nintendo has amazing exclusives, but Nintendo's ecosystem is hot garbage. Sony's ecosystem is
I have no idea what it's like.
But it's okay. I mean, it works. It works. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Sony's ecosystem is bad because it's not. It's not bad. You can do all the same stuff you can do on Xbox in terms of party chat and whatnot. It's got a functional store. It's a sophisticated modern system that functions well for modern gamers. But boy, that Game Pass, all that crossplay, all that, all the cross save and all, everything that you're able to do on Xbox, the back compat and all that stuff, the ecosystem really has me locked in. It's got me locked.
Definitely.
I'm locked in. I'm strapped in. Strapped in for the ride.
I'm locked, baby.
I'm locked. But we have to talk, of course, about the most important announcement of the year. The Xbox mini fridge. Are you going to buy one, Tate?
No. It's cool though. People that want it.
I'll say this: if it's under $200, I'll buy one. If it's under 200, if it's like 150, I'll pick it up.
I don't know how much it is. I don't know if they even said it. I think people ordered already, right?
No, you can't order it yet.
Oh.
At least, I hope not. It might be really salty, but yeah.
No, I'll
um,
not be getting that.
I want one. I want one. I
Would I
personally
like
want
one?
one.
Sure. Am I gonna pay for it? No.
I would pay for one just because, like, I just I want it. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm Xbox crazy. Game Pass has me Xbox crazy, and I'm so excited. I'm just man, what a professional podcast. All it's just been the entire time is just I want this. This is great. This is good. I'm excited.
Jax's
Everything's
wish
good.
list.
It's just fantastic. It's fantastic. This is kind of like how I was with the Nintendo show that me and Smooth did. I was just like, I want Metroid Dread. I can't wait for Zelda. Everything's great. Everything's
For
good.
sure.
I was just, it's a good time, you know. And these are the times where you really count your blessings that you're able to be a part of this, of this landscape, a part of this community, a part of gaming, and a part of this hobby, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's just this is a great time. This is a great time.
I'm enjoying it.
So, overall, you know, overall the entire show, we both enjoyed it. We both had a great time with it.
Yeah,
People have been saying this is Xbox's best show ever. Some people have been saying it's their best show in years. What do you think about those remarks?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the most exciting show. It's a lot of hype around it, so
Yeah.
it's definitely I don't know the best show. I can't remember every E3, but it's definitely one of the better E3s for Xbox in years. So it's good for them.
I'm just glad to see so much positivity surrounding this brand because they've been taking a lot of crap that they have half deserved, but mostly haven't deserved in the most recent years, and it's just great to see this platform regaining some of its respect, and I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here. But anything else? Anything that you didn't see that you wanted to see?
Yeah, what I wanted to see, but that could be a whole E3. So it's not really
Yeah.
fair to say that. So I was happy with it.
I was disappointed that there was no news about any sort of special edition consoles or special edition Halo
That's what I
Infinite
mean.
bundles
Like,
or
with
anything
there
like
saying with the
that. That was
shortage,
kind
I
of
wouldn't
disappointing.
expect that anyway.
Yeah, I'm
It's
still
hard for me to get
waiting.
the regular ones out.
I'm still waiting to see like if they're gonna drop like a special 20th anniversary Halo Infinite or something or other.
Yeah.
I'd hope they do something like that. I'll buy it. I'll buy whatever it is. I don't care. I need it in my life. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And back compat stuff. That's all. That's what I wanted to know. Other than that, I think that they did a phenomenal job. I'm very happy with my Xbox Series X. I'm very happy with what's coming to Game Pass this year, with the exclusives that are coming to Xbox this year. This is a great time. This is going to be a really, really great time.
Yeah, I'm
And,
excited.
it's a great time to be excited about gaming. But if that's everything from you, David, I think that's everything from me. And I think it's just about time we wrapped up the show. We're running a little long today, but there were just so many games to talk about. And honestly, I couldn't find a way to shut myself up from all the games I was just talking about. I was just babbling on and on about games. But yeah, that's going to be it from us here at Orbit. What did you guys think about E3? Man, I'm so excited. You already know I'm excited. But I thought this was a great show. Between this and Nintendo, this is going to be an excellent, fantastic year. My mind is just completely blown. David, as usual, thank you for joining us here on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed E3, whether it's Nintendo or Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah, nothing.
I jest. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed your E3. And hopefully we'll see you guys next time here on Orbit. Everybody have a good rest of your night, good rest of your day, and take care of yourselves.